I got to be honest, man. Yesterday was pretty depressing. Yesterday was an incredibly sad day. And not because of some tribalist or partisan, desire to see my guy or my side win. It's not about that at all. I really, really, really do truly believe that if you have even an ounce of common sense left and you actually read the actual facts of what is really actually happening, then there's no possible way you can support what happened in New York City yesterday. I mean, it's literally a town that has crazy people wreaking havoc in McDonald's with machetes. The subways are so dangerous that the National Guard has got to patrol them. And you have a political activist DA who literally ran on getting Trump, along with the help of Biden Justice Department officials, prosecuting Biden's chief political rival for 8-year-old misdemeanors with the help of hookers and convicted liars. I mean, you just can't make it up. No matter what your political beliefs, you cannot possibly reasonably support that. There is no silver lining here. And if you know anyone who is joyful about this, taking their victory laps, I got bad news, man. That person is intellectually and morally corrupt and likely just cannot be saved. And we all know these people. I mean, turn on your Facebook feed. I mean, it's sick what people you actually know will put out there into the universe, right? But so, like I said, it's depressing. I was really, really pretty depressed. But then I saw this.
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Yeah, I mean, now the left is going to tell you, the same garbage they always say. Yeah, go send money to your cult leader. He's broke. Go pay for his legal fees for him. This is how they're programmed. This is just the way they're programmed. They gloat about someone who they are literally watching be abused in every possible way by the American legal system. They gloat about that person having to pay legal fees. I mean, these people, like I said, these people are intellectually broken. And if you hear that message, when Donald Trump said we will cast out the communists, the Marxists, the fascists that hate our country, he's talking about them and the puppet politicians that these people support. So of course they hate the man. They have no choice. They are directed to hate the guy. He's a threat. I mean, he's literally the only thing that has ever threatened their power. And thankfully, it's not just an ad. I mean, the guy, he gave his own closing argument this morning, spoke for an hour. It's something I think even the most insane among us has got to recognize, got to admit that Joe Biden could never, ever do that. The whole hour was great, but this in particular was what really, really stuck with me.
It's a very sad thing that's happening in our country. And it's a thing that I'm honored. In a way, I'm honored. It's not that it's pleasant. It's very bad for family. It's very bad for friends and businesses. But I'm honored to be involved in it because somebody has to do it, and I might as well keep going and be the one. But I'm very honored to be involved because we're fighting for our Constitution.
That's a hell of a message, man. He's honored to be fighting, honored that the left fears him so much that they've shown themselves, right? I mean, the fight really is now, and this guy is still in it. And honestly, when you think about it, the way I see it, even if you literally hate Donald Trump, even if you've fallen for all the training, you think he's mean, you think he's narcissistic, or any of the other unimportant garbage that they try to label the guy with. They label him with all these things as they literally support a racist, segregationist, progressive puppet in the White House. But even if that's you, even if you hate the guy, how could you possibly not want a president that has shown himself to be such an incredible fighter, man? They have come for the guy for a decade. And now when they think they've got him for some old misdemeanors, it only makes him stronger. Like every other attack, like everything, it only makes him stronger. How could you not want that? I mean, the good news, I think a lot of people do want that. They see with their own eyes what is going on, what he has done. We've lived through his presidency. We've lived through way more than we ever wanted to of Biden's presidency. The people are not stupid, and this is going to backfire.
Well, if my phone and the text messages I'm receiving are any indication, every Republican in the country is madder than a wet hen. I mean, people who are decidedly non-MAGA, not Trump fans, are blowing up tonight saying this case never should have been brought. This was ridiculous charges. It was egregious use of the criminal justice system. And I mean, I'm hearing people say, I had no intention of voting for Donald Trump, and now I am. And then if you ask the Trump campaign what's happening, you know, they literally broke their online donation portal because people were rushing to the internet to give them money in the minutes after the verdict. So I think there's a real chance here. This is going to massively backfire on the Democrats and help Donald Trump.
I mean, really, when you look at all the lawfare against Donald Trump, man, when you look at all the criminal cases, you know, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, every single one of them has political motives, right? But this one in New York, without doubt, is the most political of the entire bunch. I mean, it's the least serious for sure. It's the least consequential, the least important. And it is the only one that's going to happen before the election, right? And people who aren't already Trump deranged, they see it immediately. You know, they saw it the entire freaking time. You know, there's a reason why Biden's people canceled his victory lap that he would plan to take right on the eve of the verdict. You know, whatever internal polling that they have just told them that they effed up, and they know it's all coming back.
What are the odds of this on appeal for Trump?
I actually think they're pretty good because there are a number of significant issues of the way this trial was handled. And we don't talk about Donald Trump anymore. We talk about the defendant in the case and whether or not the judge did everything the judge was supposed to do to ensure a fair trial, uninfected by the outside world. And I've complained, Aaron, to you, that the idea that this jury wasn't sequestered, not even during their deliberations, not to mention for that week before between trial and closings, I think that's a massive mistake that an appellate court may say, this is going to happen. The defense is going to follow the trail of every one of these jurors when they find out who they are and how they are, where they drove, what they did, every billboard that they saw, all of that. And that's going to be the fodder for appeals that this jury was infected by negativity, that this judge didn't protect their client from. That's just one issue, and there are 100 we can talk about.
Yeah, I mean, so this is where we're at, man. They know that this is not going to stick. Even the nuts over at places like MSNBC recognize that this was just an orchestrated show, and it's not going to survive in the end. And if that's true, if all these people are correct, then it really does become clear that the only purpose this serves is political. They did all of this so that they can say convicted felon Donald Trump. Ironically, days before the Hunter Biden issue makes him a convicted felon as well, unless they take a plea. I think they're going to take a plea to keep all the laptop stuff out. But anyway, you know, the average dim leftist is going to say, well, Hunter Biden, he isn't running for office. And that's true. But the guy who instructed his Department of Justice to try and sneak a secret backdoor immunity deal past a federal judge, and now he's going to be forced to either make his son take a plea or pardon the kid. People see this. You know, people also see that Joe Biden committed hundreds and hundreds of serious felonies, but he got let off because his brain doesn't work. People are not stupid. I don't think convicted felon is going to land quite like they think it is.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end, and we'll win, because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists, and they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one, with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. and we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Well, we see today, man, that he is not the only one who thinks it. And he's absolutely right. You know, the real verdict, the only verdict that matters, the only verdict that has a chance of maybe, just maybe saving this place is November 5th. And we'll see, man. I don't think there's anything more certain than you get what you vote for. So we'll see what we vote for. You know, will America vote to make America great again? Or do we vote to become the next Venezuela? I don't know. I hope we become great. But that's just my take, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.